The question really is, how long should the big six stay in the naughty step, if you like?
It depends what your viewpoint is. Some people think they should be castrated and flung out of every tournament they're in.
Well, you were asking for big financial punishments at the weekend, Danny, weren't you?
Well, I think that's the only way forward, isn't it? When you punish wealthy guys who own the football club, it's the only way I can think that's going to bother them in any way, shape or form to change the way they think.
Should they be hitting the pocket, Simon? The owners of the big six?
Listen, I don't know what the solution is.
I don't think the players and managers should be punished. Simon.
Well, no. I think ultimately that goes with the territory that you choose to play for a football club that operates in a certain way. Sometimes you have to take the consequences for it because you take the upside of it. If you go and play for Sheikh Mansour, you'll get 400 grand a week.
True, but there's a knock-on effect. If you throw PSG...
I understand.
If you throw Man City out the game against PSG, the Champions League, and you throw Chelsea out, all of a sudden the tournament becomes a farce.
Of course.
Well, the whole season becomes farcical in many respects. If you stop that final yesterday... was it? Yeah, so Tottenham and City.
But we keep on about this, and I know that people get fed up saying it. If you do not take away the cost implications of players, the reasons why we watched that debacle last week was because the owners of football clubs have seen an absolute economic meltdown during COVID-19. They don't like it,
and they haven't paid the wages,
and they don't want it, and they couldn't get the players to come in line. The players wouldn't help. There's no need for it. The unions behind the players said, "Go ahead and do one." The economy is in a position that it's in, and I'm not suggesting that anything else other than people's condemnation is what these people should be receiving. But when we move into the territory of what the recent UEFA...
So are you saying no punishment or punishment?
I'm saying that the punishment mechanism has to be deployed in a fashion... If you drive these people...
Simon, you're sitting on the fence with this one, if you
because I'm trying to find out what the answer to the problem is, because the one reason they wanted to move was for more money. Punish them with the money, you'll drive them back together. This has not gone away. This has not gone away.
Well, say you were the Palace owner this morning, Simon, would you be pushing for the six to be punished?
No, I'd be a big boy and say, listen, I understand the reality of what you tried to do, but you've been stopped, right? You went after a land grab. It was never going to be in that format. The Champions League is an ugly format. The Premier League, by the way, which has relegation and promotion, what an awful entity that was. It destroyed the Football League. It's destroyed 72 clubs.
I get that, but what you're talking about, you've got
them all at risk.
If they're talking about... If you're Crystal Palace owner now, then surely at least a financial punishment would then make them think the next time they want to propose something, at least have a conversation with all of you and to try and find something together.
I agree. What you're saying is give it some teeth.
Yeah.
How much more humiliation, the biggest humiliation these guys have got with huge egos and huge reputations, mate. Read yourself on the front page of newspapers. Being leveraged as a commercial man that's being told that you are an absolute moron and a discredit to the sport that you're in is very, very damaging. But if people want sanctions, fine, let's see what the sanctions are being suggested. But no one's suggesting, 100 million here, out of UEFA tournaments there, 6 points from the league. Well, okay, when the sanctions come down, we'll see whether they're fair and equitable. But either which way, there'll be a cause and effect. There'll be a challenge. But people keep going off-piste. They keep going off-piste. Why did we get here? How did we get here? What's going to happen next? Stop deflecting the main issue. The main issue is that the sport is broke. It can't keep losing money the way it is, and players can't keep getting paid.
So what would you put forward?
The industry is bereft with... is absolutely weighed down with hypocrisy. You've got broadcasters that are saying we're for the fans whilst charging them hundreds of pounds per month, changing every aspect of football to suit their ends. We've got unions that take 30 million quid out of the game every year. We've got the Premier League that's breaking the Football League and doesn't pay its money down to the grassroots. You've got UEFA, which is a corrupt organisation. You've got FIFA, which is corrupt, that doing deals with UEFA. And we're all sat here going, these six are absolute slobs. The whole rotten temple needs to be brought down on people's heads and then reset. I've been talking about player salaries. You've got Carlo Ancelotti. Now, it'll suddenly, because Carlo Ancelotti's come out and said something, now we'll start to see people going, well, that's not such a bad idea. Why haven't we been controlling players' wages?
OK, we're coming up to 11:30. One day you'll say what you mean. It's Jim, Simon and Danny. We're live in talkSPORT this Monday morning.